hours. Wait. And what? More. Here. What? More. Right. Or me. Be. Word. I'm not going on. But here. None of them great to our word, our action. And we can't happen. We have to return and affect us and collectively and let that down. And you're attacking our democracy. If you're attacking our Constitution, if you're attacking our neighbor, we are gonna spy. I'm hearing from seniors who are worried about social. About that. I'm hearing from seniors, children, and people with disabilities who are worried about Medicaid. And that is going to be the best way we use them on something that's going to really hurt people as we go to work on reconciliation next week. And they all voted for a budget that's going to require $880 billion in my committee taken out to fund those goddamn billionaires' tax cuts that they Lord. Oh, protection, job security. You can travel overseas, immigration. If you can go overseas and safely return home, if you're Canadian, gone across from the border to read the story last weekend of a Canadian woman with a green card that got help for 2 weeks. What happened if Canadian nurses and doctors come afraid to cross our border? We do not have health care in Detroit. What? Trump. Clear. They're clear. The government and out in there. Oh, what? Family. Talk about this from. When you're talking, and look, I talk, buddy. I had been lettuce wrap. How I do? There's a new thing wrap in breasts. Accused me of lying about seniors doing within a birth. Well, let me tell you what my definition of birth is. Medicare, Medicaid. When you What? Jury. What? Our secretary. You're well big among them. If they don't pay, their liars are huge. So, on a bill. That's what the reality. Peter. We have gotten out that word to build that life for their way. Yeah. Hold her with dignity and reason. Right. That's Medicaid. The governor at the University of Michigan Hospital. The most of all the children's hospital. Children in Detroit, 75% of the children getting treatment there are receiving Medicaid. Medicaid, it's the largest program of long-term care in here out of a nursing. It's the only source of community with disabilities in this country. They said they're not going to yes, they know people are dependent. But here's the reality. That budget requires $880 billion to be put in. I will put body on the railroad track and do everything I can, and you have to be there with me. Well, yeah, put it like that. But I should just share with you. Today, at 3 o'clock at the Ann Arbor VA, we're going to be here to support those that work at the VA hospital. Employees in Ann Arbor and in between the two VAs. So let me tell you something. When your husband's name's on the side of the hospital, one responsibility though, which period. Yeah. And before Donald Trump ever became president, I'll tell you the truth, the director of that hospital hated me. And I hated her. And I went to the secretary and things are happening here. Patient care isn't happening. They had an inspector general study. Fortunately, what I was hearing from the veterans was that meeting was fired. But they're understaffed. The new is trying to wait. And women just what that place stands for. Nice freedoms. Talk for man. Freedom of speech. Freedom of religion. Freedom of investment. We let God roll their eyes. Of course we got it. Who cares? Nobody. Can't take anything about our democracy for granted right now. Oh, without veterans. Veterans, we are poor. We have a moral responsibility to provide care to them, and we have to make sure we fight to keep promise to the men and women that serve our country. University has got, it's one of the universities doing the most research in the NIH support NIH Funding. The groundbreaking work that's being done. Not only cures for cancer, but for diabetes, for cardiac research, for strokes, for pediatric issues, Parkinson. I mean, almost every disease in the world. That's for generation. But button. They're trying to scare us to be silent. They're trying to scare us. They're trying to take away our freedoms. And none of us let that happen. You're here because it's our collective voice. What do you mean? What do we do? What do we do? Well, a couple of other examples. I'm going to turn it over. The Great Lakes here. When they're doing, I was at Ann Arbor, PA. When an employee from the Great Lakes had been fired the night before, she fell in my arms and sobbed. What is, we need to hear about those, by the way. They're being fired as their quote-unquote fixer. So a veteran who had worked at the hospital for years, been a new job, so it was called probationary, so he got fired.
Yep.
Oh, to get those reconsidered. So I'm trying to talk on anybody, one person's back, and have our collective voices saying, you will not fuck with us. We are better than you. Yeah, security, they say they care for that. No. No. Anybody think it really? I don't be attracted. Not right. I think it's somebody's looking at it. By the way, being here with all of you, I just know somebody. Our job is to protect our national security. Everybody. Not to be communicating some of the most critical in the world on an unsecured chain. And the secretary of the line, we have, what was that? As here was the management of our national security. Everybody. Immigration. We need a comprehensive immigration reform for decades. No power. We want a big border, and we don't want ballot or people that attack police officers in this country. But you know what? People who fight for us are American soldiers in Iraq whose lives are in danger now by able to come to the country. We should welcome them and thank them for keeping American life. Oh my God. Wait, here. We're bringing them here. And Lincoln. That's the word funding. Well, sorry, you're on your own. Well, we're getting over, and the Jewish Federation didn't leave them on their own. We a moral responsibility. Our brothers, small business, caregiving, all caregiving makes no other word possible. We need comprehensive immigration reform. But I'm not going to let a woman who was attacked and assaulted urine and reporting and they got arrested. Women who are living in domestic situation and lives are at risk and they have children afraid to report it because of what will happen. That's not right. And then more, all of us, women for sure, we have to and defend them. If you like your meeting for 2 hours, you missed what the next one was. But it's in there. It's going to be on the floor this week in the House. And they're going to tell you that someone who's not an American shouldn't be able to vote. Older bills have great title, and the text of them is total bullshit. They don't have to process, they don't. But I want everyone to know how to talk about this bill this week. It's not saving anybody. If you're a woman and you got married and you changed your name, you're going to have to find proof Some people, Jasmine's not even sure that that's in there right now. That if your name doesn't match your birth certificate with your voting card, you're not going to be able to vote. Or you're going to have to go find your marriage license and prove that's your name. Worse, years. Many of them are in permanent payments. They don't have transportation. They don't get around as well. It's not easy to go to a clerk's office. What for seniors? Your station number, your serving our military, how are they going to get this country to prove that they're an American? They're in a country, and showing your citizenship as you go into the military should be enough. We need to stand up for women, seniors, Americans overseas, and our military serving. And yet we're fighting for you. Where moms and kids here can afford the health care that they need with having to choose between life-saving medicine and putting a roof over their head. We're fighting for a future where people can retire with dignity after a lifetime of hard work. And Social Security. Think of it. That is the most important in Ann Arbor right. Well, it's not. They're all important. But we're fighting for a future where people can trust and have the freedom to speak what's on their mind. Not with a retribution from the government. We can't, when we are become normalized, we become complacent. Your voice matters. The disinformation, discrimination, whenever and whenever you see it. And let's remember, we are strongest when we fight together. For 2 years, no social does. Sticking by your side in this fight, you need to be with mine. It's the collective body. The collective body. Then when it fights, we will win. We're in this together.